Happy Tuesday. Oof. You feeling that one?
Feeling it back in the studio after a short hiatus.
Yep, getting things ready for launch. Now we're launched and we are steam rolling ahead. So my name is Alan.
And my name is Nick.
And welcome into the dungeon.
So this episode brings us back with a bang, as I'm going to ask you to roll for initiative.
Ooh, damn it. Is that how we're doing it?
That's how we're doing it.
So I'm rolling for Fena and Fabian as well?
Yes.
And you roll for Big Al?
I'll roll for Big Al.
Okay.
Which is a little confusing, because I have you saved on my phone as Big Al.
Yeah. Okay, mine is 7. Oh, shit. Let's say that was Fabian. 1 plus his dexterity.
Dexterity is +1.
Okay, and Fena 2.
I believe she has a +1 as well.
So 3. So Fabian 2, Fena 3. Those are great rolls.
Yeah, you're starting this session a little bit like when we started the campaign.
Yeah, rolling poorly.
It almost feels like a new campaign after the short break we've had. Fena is 3. And I'm rolling for Big Al, yes?
Yep.
I need to roll for the ogres.
Ogre.
Okay, so the initiative order will be the orcs, followed by Big Al, followed by Shrew, then the ogres, and then Fena and Fabian. So at the moment, you are in bear form, holding this gate up, and you can see in front of you, just so that our listeners can sort of get perspective again from the end of the last episode. You had seen a number of orcs and 2 ogres, and whilst you're there holding up this heavy rusty gate and you're sort of glancing around, you can see that there's in fact 5 orcs in front of you. Okay, so the first orc that's directly in front of you, he's gonna throw a javelin at you whilst you're holding the gate up. We're starting well. That's an 18 plus.
Yeah,
it hits. And that's a d6 plus 3 piercing damage. 9 damage. We're starting with the gloves off here.
Well, we know. You are.
The orcs aren't me. The second orc that's directly in front of you by the gate is going to do the same. And that's a 13 to hit.
That hits.
That's 8 piercing damage as the second javelin sinks into your fur.
Yep.
The other orcs seem emboldened by this, and they're also going to throw javelins as well. Okay, so that's 2 misses and a hit. And that is 3 piercing damage.
Whoa.
You've taken quite a barrage there of javelins to your front. It's Big Al's turn. He was, if I recall correctly, he was about 60 feet away from you guys, because you had gone up you'd sort of left them within longbow range of Fabian, if I remember correctly. And as a veteran, he has a long sword, a short sword, and a heavy crossbow, and he's within range. I'm going to say he moves 30 feet towards, because he really hates these orcs after everything that's gone by. So he's running towards the gates, and as he's running, he's loading his crossbow, and he's going to take a shot at that first orc that's threw the javelin into Shrew's chest, and that hits. Okay, so Big Al's shot from the crossbow whizzes past your ear and sinks itself neatly in between the eyes of that orc, completely felling him.
Wow, nicely done, Big Al. Keep it going.
He's not a veteran for just any reason. So yeah, over to Shrew.
Alright, so seeing as this is going terribly, I'm gonna drop the prOGREsses that I was holding up, and I'm gonna get back. And if I remember correctly, as I was going towards the gate, I saw that on the right there was a kind of opening on the wall.
That's correct, right? Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let go of the prOGResses and go round towards the entrance, that hole that I saw prior on the wall. If I reach, obviously. Got a 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, you get there with 25 feet.
Alright, so I want to stand bang in the middle of the hole. Does the bear form fit in the hole that's there?
It's going to be a tight squeeze.
Tight.
Very tight squeeze.
But he can make it.
I'll say you can make it.
And would I be able to fight in that square?
With difficulty.
Meaning that I'll take disadvantage on attacks?
Quite possibly, because I mean, you're trying to squeeze through this tiny gap at the moment, so I'll say maybe you can bite without disadvantage, but you won't be able to swing your arms enough to get a good slash at anyone.
Okay, so what I'll do is go through the actual gap. I still have 25 feet of movement, you said?
No, it was 25 feet to get there.
Right.
You've got... for Shrew's math skills are rubbing off on me now. 40 less 25, 15.
So 15, and I go through the gap and exit on the other side, and I hold. I'll hold there for now. I'll hold there. Do I see what do I see from there?
So yeah, as you emerge from this hole in the wall, you have come out on the flank of 3 orcs, and you're about 30 feet away from one of the hulking ogres that stood in front of the doors to the shrine. And just across the courtyard, a further 15 or 20 feet away from that ogre, you see another orc and a second hulking beast of an ogre.
Okay, and it's safe to say they've seen me.
Yeah.
How much more movement do I have?
5 feet.
So if I move backwards again, into the hole again, I've got 5 feet. Would I end up in the hole in the wall, or beyond the wall?
You'd be literally on the edge of the hole.
Inside the hole.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to do that. I'm going back in. I'm going to drop my form with a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast Moonbeam just in front of me.
So in the 5 feet directly in front of you?
Yeah, that's right. Just in front of the hole.
Okay.
And obviously I want to stay there for now, because I have no more movement, I have no more action.
Okay, so over to the ogres. So the first ogre, which is the one furthest away from you as you emerge from the hole, he's charged towards the portcullis, and he's with his hulking frame, he's lifting it up. The second ogre is going to make his way back towards where he last saw the bear emerging from the hole in the wall, and he's hulking his way there, brushing past the orcs in a hasty and angry manner as he's shoving his way through, not noticing the moonbeam that Shrew had cast, and he steps into its radius.
He needs to make a constitution saving throw, or be dealt full damage.
Yeah, that's 14 plus 3, 17.
Yeah, he saves. But he still takes half damage.
Roll for it.
That's 11 total, but you need to halve that down to 5.
So 5 damage.
Not great, but it's something.
It's a start, yeah. So yeah, the ogre takes that damage as he feels the burning on his flesh from the moonbeam, and in reaction to that, he's just sort of lifting his great club, and little Shrew's sort of looking up now at this hulking beast. I don't think Shrew's ever come so close to an ogre before. You can smell the stench of its foul breath and its terrible BO as he's raising his arms up, and you catch a good whiff of those armpits, and he strikes down with all his might with a 3.
Plus what?
A 3 plus 6, so it's 9.
No, misses.
You can breathe easy. And as his club sort of smashes into the ground beside you, and still a bit stunned from this strange pain that he felt as he approached you, he's going to cautiously take a few steps back, and you can get an attack of opportunity on him.
I would do that with my stuff, yeah? Because I don't really have...
Yeah. Or if you've still got Vincent's dagger.
Yeah, I suppose. What does more damage?
I believe a great stuff. The dagger, if I recall correctly, is a D4.
Yeah, 1d6 is the quarter stuff. So I need to roll to hit anyway first. Let's see. That's 17.
That hits.
17 plus 1, so 18. That hits 1d6. That's 3 minus 1.
Minus 1?
Yep, that's 2 damage.
So yeah, you clonk him sort of quite delicately as you're trying to sort of take a swipe at him. And even though he's this huge hulking frame, you're still a bit shaken from that close call with the club, which would have squashed you like a bug. And it's now Fenna's turn to be called into action.
Alright, so Fenna... Where is Fenna exactly?
Fenna's 60 feet away from the gate.
Alright, so Fenna is going to stay close to Big Al. Is Fabian and Big Al together? Are they together? Close together?
No, Big Al used his movement, so he's 30 feet away now from the gate.
Okay, alright, so yeah, Fenna's gonna stay where she is. She's next to Fabian though, yeah?
Yeah.
He's gonna maybe move 10 feet closer.
Okay.
To Big Al and stay there. She's gonna cast a Sacred Flame on the ogre that was trying to open the portcullis.
Okay. If I recall correctly, that's just a saving throw, yes? Was it dexterity saving throw?
I believe so.
So that's a 12.
Yeah, it's a 12 you had to make.
So he's just made it.
Bastard. Yeah, so that does no damage.
Okay. Is Fenna doing anything else?
No, she's staying there. She got 10 feet closer to Big Al, and that's it. She's staying there for now.
Over to Fabian then.
Fabian will draw on his longbow and try and fire an arrow at the ogre.
Let's do it.
All right. No. That's a 3
Oh.
plus whatever. It's not going to make it. 3, yeah.
So yeah, that misses completely. Is Fabian doing anything else with his turn? Is he getting any closer?
He's getting closer. He's getting side by side with Big Al. And as he's doing that, he's dropping his bow to ready his sword.
Okay, so we're back to the top of the round and the orcs, and seeing that their ally, the ogre, is sort of still holding up the portcullis with his frame. 3 of the orcs rush through the gate, 2 of them directly engaging with Big Al and Fabian, with a third sort of flanking them slightly with a second javelin at his ready, and he's going to launch that straight at Big Al.
Okay, Fabian is going to use his reaction.
That's the protection, yeah?
Yeah, the protection, which did. He imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of a creature within 5 feet of it, whose target is in the warrior. So, is he 5 feet from Fabian, the aggressor?
Not the one with the javelin, but he is 5 feet away from the 2 that have engaged with you, with Fabian and Big Al in hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, so he's being shot from afar by someone.
Yeah, one orc is throwing a javelin, just as the other 2 are reaching to engage.
Right. So this attack is a one of the javelin.
Yeah,
right.
This first one's the javelin,
Okay,
so
yeah.
your reaction, or rather Fabian's reaction, will impose disadvantage on the hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
So this roll is for the javelin, and that's a big old 2.
That misses.
Yeah, for sure. And then we're going on to the orc that's charged at him with his great axe. This is the one with disadvantage. That's a good thing he had disadvantage as well, because it was a 20 and a 2. Nice play, nice play. So yeah, he completely misses, distracted by Fabian's assistance, and the third orc there is gonna take a swipe at Fabian himself. 14 plus 5, that's 19.
That hits.
That's 10 slashing damage as the great axe sinks into Fabian's new mithril armor.
Not doing much.
So Fabian's down to 16 HP.
It's looking grim. I gotta say, it's looking pretty grim. I mean, we're outnumbered, and there are some big blokes doing the rounds here, and I'm not feeling good about this.
No, you may need to start prepping your adventure at this rate.
Oh my.
So yeah, the fourth orc, because one of them was actually completely owned by Big Al and was taken down. So the fourth orc has sort of run towards the hole, or perhaps the better word to describe it is the fissure in the wall, and he sort of runs to face Shrew, not really realizing that the ogre had taken a hit from the spell. He will have just assumed that the damage he took was from Shrew. So he's just stepped into the moonbeam.
Constitution time.
Yeah, he fails.
Yes! Get it. And let's hope for some good rolls here. That's a total of 11.
11 damage.
Yeah.
So as he steps into the light of the moonbeam, and the ray sort of scorches him, he looks really, really wounded as he sort of recoils from the pain. And in doing so, he swings his great axe round his head, and he's coming down on Shrew.
He's coming down on Shrew.
That's a 14 to hit.
That unfortunately does hit.
Okay, so Shrew takes 11 slashing damage as the axe bites into his left shoulder.
Ooh, he gushing.
So yeah, as you felt that axe bite into you, you actually need to make a Constitution saving throw to see whether you can keep up your moonbeam.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's 14 plus.
Yeah, you keep it.
Yeah.
Shrew is
Nice.
looking hurt, but determined.
Determined to kick some ass.
And we go over to Big Al. You thought you'd seen the last of me. This one's for Petunia. He swings his greatsword round at the neck of that first orc, making contact with it.
Yes, come on.
Yeah, he inflicts 5 damage with that first attack.
Come on, Big Al, you can do better. Bring the big damage.
And as the sword sort of glances off the the side of the orc's neck. He swings it back round the other way.
Oh.
Natural one.
Oh, come on.
The emotions got the better of him as he shouted that this was for Petunia, and he's just realised, I haven't seen Petunia yet. So it's thrown him off a bit.
She might still be alive. Have hope.
So yeah, it's over to Shrew.
Oh my, Shrew is looking bad. Shrew is looking bad, so he's gonna just turn back into bear form using his bonus action.
So and you're sort of in this fissure, like a little tight for comfort.
A little tight. Okay, so I'm gonna do my multi-attack. First I'm gonna do the bite. That's a 19.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
That hits, good. Alright, not bad. That's 8 plus 4, so that's 12.
12 damage?
12 total, yeah.
So yeah, as you bite into him, you sort of see that his body goes limp.
Yes.
And his great axe drops from his grasp.
Yes. Yeah, I still can't do bear sounds.
It's better than mine. Okay, is Shrew doing anything else?
I'm gonna shimmy out of the hole, because we were saying that it might cause disadvantage when I do certain attacks, like the slash.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shimmy out of that hole and wait on the other side.
Okay. Sorry, directly outside the hole?
Yeah, just directly outside.
Okay, so that takes us over to the ogres.
Ogre! So far there's 2 orcs down, and there's 2 orcs, if I'm not mistaken, remaining.
3 orcs.
3 orcs remaining and 2 ogres. Starting to look a bit better, still hard time.
Okay, so it's over to the ogres, and you suddenly hear the loud clang of metal as the portcullis is released by the ogre that was holding it up, and you see and hear him running towards Bear Shrew.
Oh my.
Get out of my swamp! Out of my shrine!
Pincer maneuver.
As he charges towards Bear Shrew, club in hand, swinging it ferociously. 13 to hit?
Yeah, that hits.
So yeah, this is a big blow that's coming. That's 18 total bludgeoning damage as he puts his full weight into that club swing.
Oh.
Okay, so the second ogre sees this through the gap in the wall, but he's still a bit wary of that soft glowing light that burns him as he steps into your immediate vicinity. So he's gonna grab a javelin from his back. He's gonna throw that at Shrew. That's 12 to hit.
Hits.
That's 6 piercing damage as the javelin makes its way into Bear Shrew's fur or hide.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Bear, but it would have been looking worse for Shrew. So at least I've soaked up some damage.
It's over to Fenna.
Alright, so Fenna is gonna cast Shield of Faith. It's 60 feet range, and it's concentration for up to 10 minutes. Basically, it gives the person you cast it on, creature you cast it on, plus 2 bonus to AC.
Sounds pretty helpful right now.
Yeah, so she's casting it on Bear Shrew.
On Bear Shrew.
Hopefully it's enough to make a difference. Let's see. I would now have 13 AC as a bear, which would have meant that if I had it on the previous attack, I would have dodged it. So hopefully you'll roll low again for subsequent attacks. Let's see.
Is Fenna doing anything else? Because Shield of Faith was a bonus action.
Yeah, she's gonna actually get a bit closer to both Fabian and Bigal, but she's still staying 20 feet away from them. And once she's closer there to Fabian and Bigal, she's gonna cast. Does she see if any of the orcs in front of them have substantial damage, or are they both looking fresh?
The one directly in front of Fabian took a little nick to the neck.
So she's gonna cast Sacred Flame on the orc that looks worse for wear.
Natural 20.
Alright, yeah, that's nothing.
Tense fight.
Alright. So, yeah, that's her turn.
So it's over to Fabian.
Alright, Fabian is holding a shield on one hand and the the long sword on the other. And he's going to be slashing at the orc in front of him, the one that looks damaged. He's going to be slashing and trying to finish him off.
So the one that was hit by
Big Al, yeah.
Okay, roll for it.
Okay, that's 8 to hit.
That does not hit.
Your bones I will crush in soup.
Is that the end of Fabian's turn then?
No, actually Fabian is going to use his second win and roll to try and heal himself.
So yeah, that's a d10 plus your level, which is 3.
Alright, not bad. So 6 plus 3, that's 9 hit points extra.
Okay, so it's going to be the orcs' turns. And sort of as Fabian misses his weapon strike and uses his second wind to heal himself. Shrew sort of hears a shout from across the battlefield. "You're right, Shrew. They don't come in pairs." And the orc that was flanking Big Al and who had thrown a javelin at him in the previous turn, he's now seen Fenna enter the scene, and he's seen some magic being cast from her, so he turns his attention swiftly towards her and throws his third and final javelin. That's 13 to hit.
Oh, hits.
That sigh makes me think it was just.
Well, it's 12, so almost.
That's 6 piercing damage as the javelin makes contact with her. So yeah, that takes a third of Fenna's life. And she's down to 12 hit points.
Wow.
Yeah, Fenna has to take a concentration saving throw.
From the javelin, yeah?
Yeah. And it has a +0 constitution.
Yeah, she doesn't make it. That's a 4. +0, 4. So Shrew loses his +2 AC. Not looking good.
Certainly looking tense from my side of the screen.
It's looking even tenser from my butt. Cheeks are clenched. I'm sweating.
Yeah, the studio is a bit of a... I say studio, those of you who follow us on Instagram and Twitter will have seen that it in fact is a laundry room. The other 2 orcs that are directly in front of Big Al and Fabian are going to take turns at swinging at each of you. Is Fabian using his reaction to...
Is this one trying to hit Big Al?
This first one is trying to hit Big Al.
Then yes.
Makes no difference at all, as they were both 13s +5, so that's 18, and Big Al has an AC of 17. So it hits. Okay, so Big Al takes 13 slashing damage as the great axe sinks into him. But he's in a battle too, and he has been beaten almost to death by these orcs. That's not gonna phase him at all, as he sort of brushes it off and stares the orc straight in the eyes.
Should go fight the ogres.
Maybe Shrew wants to shout for some help. Okay, so the orc directly in front of Fabian now rolls a 14 to hit.
14 to hit total.
Yeah.
Yeah, that misses.
And that brings the orc's turn to an end. They're not going to move from there. 2 of them are engaged in hand-to-hand combat. The other one has a confident position from where he is. He seems to have been doing a little bit of damage from there. And we're now over to Big Al. And he's sort of staring down this orc that's just made contact with him, and he's bringing his greatsword over his head down in a vertical strike into the skull of that orc. That's a natural 20.
Oh yeah.
Natural 20 for Big Al. So that's a 6 doubled, which is 12, plus his modifier, which is +3, so that's 15 damage, as with that first attack, he splits the orc's head in 2.
Whoa.
Straight down the middle.
Oh yeah.
And as the sword sort of digs deep into the skull, with his brute force, he lifts it up again. And now he's swinging at the orc that's right beside, or rather, that's engaged directly with Fabian. That also hits.
Nice.
So yeah, he takes a whopping 11 points of damage as his second attack, his first to that orc, seriously wounds him. And he's looking critically hurt at the moment.
Alright, Big Al making the moves. Man of the match right now.
Oh, this is Shrew.
So Shrew is gonna try and, without disengaging, go around the ogre that's on my side of the wall to try and break vision or break visuals with the ogre that's firing javelins at me within the walls of this shrine.
Okay, so you do a little dance with the
shimming like a big bear.
I'm kind of picturing, not Baloo, but it was clearly the same character model that was used for Baloo for Robin Hood.
Oh yeah.
Sort of seeing him trying to distract the ogre and sort of dance his way
that kind
to the
of
other
thing.
side.
Am I still within visuals of the other ogre, or could I see that perhaps I'm hidden from him? Or well, not hidden, but out of sight.
Yeah, you can't see him anymore.
Alright, good. And am I close within range of the orc that's firing javelins at Fenna?
Yeah, you're within melee distance.
Yeah, I don't want to be within range of the orc that's firing javelins, so if I can position myself in a way that he cannot attack me in his next turn without actually moving, that'd be great.
Okay, yeah, so you can stop 5 feet away from him so that you are out of the line of sight of the ogre firing javelins.
Okay, and I'm going to do my multi-attack as a bear. First the bite on this big ogre in front of me.
Go for it.
Okay, so that's poor. 6 plus 5. At least I have plus 5. That's 11 to hit.
It hits.
It teased me.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he has plus 5 to hit.
The mutterings might not make the final edits, but Aaron was had quite a big drop of sweat on his brow as he was trying to add up his roll.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to roll my 1d8 damage. Oh, mama! That's one damage plus 2. Sorry, plus 4. So 5 damage total.
Okay. And you're following this up with
with my claw attack.
With your claw attack.
Yeah, that's a 19 plus 5 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's 2d6. Yeah, not bad. 6 plus 3. So 9 plus 4. 13.
Okay, so yeah, the ogre looks a little winded, but he's still standing there,
A little
defiant.
Sorry, a little winded isn't what I was after. But yeah, I'll take it.
Is Shrew doing anything else on his turn?
No, he's staying put there.
Okay, so it's now the ogre's turn to return the favour, and he sort of dusts off the scratches and the bites that he's just taken from Shrew as he lifts up his club again, and he's going to swing straight for Shrew's head. And that's a big old natural 1.
Oh,
you can breathe easy.
Wow.
So yeah, he's looking a bit embarrassed after sort of dusting off the scratches. He got a little cocky there, So we're over to the second ogre, and actually we had forgotten to roll for your concentration. So we need to do that just to double check whether your moonbeam's still standing, because that could determine whether he makes his way through the wall or not.
Is the ogre afraid of a little light? Is that what it is? Oh me. I rolled a 1, but this counts as a saving throw?
It's a saving throw, yeah.
So I can roll 1s as a halfling.
You can reroll it.
Unless I roll another one, which I haven't. I've rolled another 6, and that's not going to cut it.
It's not going to cut it.
Hold on, it's 6 plus Constitution, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's a 6 plus 2, which does not make it. That's an 8.
So the moonbeam dissipates from the battlefield.
Oh no.
The second ogre, now seeing that the light faded, he sort of sticks his foot out a bit sort of to test the waters, sees that nothing happens, and he's pushing through. He's gonna flank Shrew, and he's in melee combat with you, so he's actually gonna get advantage on his attack, and that hits. First roll is a 1, the second roll is a 1, so that's 2 plus
2 1s for damage.
2 1s for damage plus
wow.
4, so that's just 6 bludgeoning damage. Could have been far worse for Shrew there.
I think this might be the end, guys. I think this might seriously be the end. I'm flanked by 2 ogres. Alright, let's see how it goes.
So yeah, it was over to Fenna.
Alright, so Fenna's gonna run into seeing Bear Shrew being battered, literally battered with clubs, and is looking in a rough shape, can barely stand up. She's gonna rush towards Bear Shrew and administer the potion that she is holding, that Shrew gave her not too long ago.
So yeah, little Fenna sort of runs up. Actually, how the hell is she going to get the potion to Bear Shrew's mouth to feed it? You're this hulking great bear, and she's this tiny little gnome.
Let's say that Bear Shrew is facing her, because why not? You don't know. You don't know. He's just turned around like in despair, and like the bear's face said it all as he turned around, and Fenna could see that he's in deep shit.
So yeah, he sees her running, sees her fumbling with this potion bottle, gets the cap off, or rather the cork out. Shrew knows what's coming, and so he goes and opens his mouth. As Fenna sort of does a little hop, a skip and a jump, and slam dunks the bottle into Shrew's mouth.
The whole thing.
The whole thing's in there. There's the bottle's wedged into his jaws, and the healing liquid is sort of energizing Shrew with how much? How much HP is he getting back?
That's 6 plus 2, so 8.
That's good. It's a good roll.
8 each. It was a 1 and a 4, so not great. But...
A 1 and a 4? That's 5 plus 2, 7.
Well, I'll be damned. Yeah, you're right. 7.
What else is Fenna doing? She used 20 feet of her movement to get there. She can move 5 feet back if she wants without provoking an attack of opportunity, because she's got Bear Shrew in between her and the 2 ogres.
Yeah, she's going to try and move back.
Okay, she moves 5 feet back. It's over to Flavian.
Flavian. So is Fabian, is he currently engaged with the orc?
Well, he's engaged in hand-to-hand combat with the orc that's attacking him. From there he can move. He'll just provoke an attack of opportunity.
I don't think that would be wise. At desperate times, call for desperate measures, and I think he's going to have to just run towards the other orc that's closer to the ogres.
The one that was throwing the javelins at Fenner and Big Al.
Yeah. And he's gonna try and kill that one.
Okay, so yeah, as he does that, the badly wounded orc is going to take a swing at him with his great axe. That's 11 to hit, which misses.
Yes.
So Fabian's gamble pays off as he runs and engages with the javelin throwing orc.
So now Fabian with his longsword using one hand is going to try and attack that orc. That's 10 plus 4, a total of 14 to hit that orc.
It hits.
Yes, I need it. And that's 1d8. Oh damn, I thought it was a 7, but no, it's a 1 plus 2. So a total of 3 damage to that orc, which is not going to...
Well, it's 3 more than he had last time.
It's not going to cut it, Fabian. It's not going to cut it.
Flavio doing anything with his bonus?
He's staying put.
Okay, we go then back to the top of the round, and the last remaining orc's turn, who has just been engaged by Fabian. He's going to swing back at his foe, and that's a 14 plus 5, I believe. Yeah, that's 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hit.
That's a big old 1.
Ooh.
1 plus 3 slashing damage. That's 4 damage to Fabian.
He'll survive that one.
Yeah, he's looking in good health and good spirits. Over to Big Al.
On Big Al bring business, you know.
Now Big Al is seeing Shrew taking quite a pound in there, and he sees that one of the orcs seems significantly more hurt than the other one. The other one looks like he's just turned up for battle. He's got barely a scratch on him. So he's going to go straight for the one that's looking a little hurt, in the hopes of taking him down a peg or two.
The ogres, I mean.
Sorry, yeah, the ogres. So he's going for the ogre that looks a little hurt. The other one hasn't been damaged just yet. Okay, so he's running up with his longsword, and as he's getting close to that ogre, he draws his short sword as well. So he's going to be attacking with his longsword in one hand and his short sword in the other, which actually gives him 3 attacks now.
Nice.
And 2 hits. I'll say that the 2 longsword ones hit, and the short sword misses. So that's a whopping 19 combined damage as his flurry of sword slashes dig into the ogre. The ogre doesn't look like he's winded anymore. He looks seriously hurt now.
Yeah, Big Al is keeping us up, man. Like, we're gonna have to throw him a party if we get through this.
MVP. So yeah, he's not going to do anything else. He's fully fixated on this ogre now, and he's unleashing all the pain that he felt from the torture he endured, and seeing his stable burned down and his prize cow taken, his farmhand slain. This ogre is feeling the full brunt of his wrath. And it's over to Shrew.
Shrew is gonna do the multi-attack, seeing Big Al almost obliterate the ogre in front of him. Shrew his kind of spirits are lifting a bit, and he's gonna try and do the same and match Big Al's blows. He's going to go for a bite first.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Shrew is no Big Al. That's a 4 plus 5, 9.
That doesn't hit. And he's following that up with his claws?
Yeah, he'll try and hit with his claws at least. But he doesn't. He rolls a 3 plus 5, 8.
8? 8 does not hit.
8. And that dice is going in the bin. It's not even going in the jail. It's going straight to the bin. I'm never going to use it again. And that's it. That's my move.
You doing anything? Have you got any bonus actions you want to do?
Yeah, I can drop my form. But I'm not going to do that.
Probably not the time to do that now.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, I'm staying there, staying put, and holding on for the next round of attacks.
Okay, so it's over to the ogres, and the one that's engaged with both, with yourself and with Big Al. He's going to take a swing at Big Al, and he misses.
Oh, good.
He's looking quite angry now. He sort of spits on the floor, and he's looking flustered. He's quite hurt. He's missed his attack, and he's hoping his buddy can back him up as he raises his club and takes a swing at Shrew. It's 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That's 13 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, he drops form, so he has 11. 2 would carry over to Shrew, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so I drop my form and get hit by 2 as well.
How's Shrew looking?
Not good. He's got 11 HP right now.
Ouch.
Yep.
And no shapeshifts left.
Nope.
So over to Fenna.
Okay, Fenna is going to again bravely run up to Shrew, seeing as Shrew is well beat, suffering. And this time she has no more potions, but she has
a final spell slot.
A final spell slot, right?
Yep.
And she's gonna use that spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on Shrew.
So yeah, it's a D8 plus 2.
So that's 5 plus 2. That's 7 total.
So that's Shrew up to 18 HP.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Is Fenna moving?
Yeah, Fenna, if she's not engaged with any enemy, she's gonna move back at least as much as she can back to where she was.
Yeah, she was only 5 feet away at this point, so she used 5 feet to get to Shrew, so she's got 20 feet of her movement left.
She's moving the whole 20 feet back. She has no spell slots, she has no potions, she's out of combat. She can do the cantrip, but she's close enough from where she needed to.
Is Fenna doing anything else? That's the end of her turn?
That's the end of her turn, yeah.
Okay, so it's over to Fabian. Engage mano a mano with the last remaining orc.
No, actually, there's one more.
Oh, yeah, actually, there's one behind him.
There's 2 orcs. One that's, I think, quite injured and we've kind of forgotten about it, but could come and bite us in the arse. And the other one, which is in front of him, which is the one he's going to engage with again. Going to try and kill it with his long sword.
So yeah, this is one-handed because you've got a shield.
That's right. And that's 5 plus 4, 9.
That does not hit.
So that's another dice. That's used up all of its juice. And I know, as I rolled it to the jail, I rolled a natural 20, which is adding insult to injury.
Yeah, it's not been your night. Fabian doing anything else then? He's staying there engaged with this orc?
Yeah, he's not doing anything else. He's just standing there.
Okay, so then it's back to the top of the round and the orc's turn. And that's badly wounded orc. Seeing Fenna now alone and within his sights and everyone else engaged in combat, he's running up to her and he's going to take a swing at her with his great axe. That's a 12 plus a 5, that's 17. Believe that hits. It certainly does. I'm sorry, Fenna. That's 6 slashing damage as the great axe sinks into her. So yeah, she's at a third of her life now.
Wow.
She's quite hurt. We hear as the axe sinks deep into her. She looks badly wounded now. And now it's the orc that's engaged with Fabian. He's going to take a swing at him with his great axe and then misses.
Good. Some good news at last.
And it's over to Big Al. And Big Al is engaged with that orc. Do you want to roll for Big Al this time?
The ogre, you mean?
Sorry, I keep confusing ogres and orcs. Apologies.
No, I do not want to roll for Big Al, actually, because I might roll poorly, like I've been doing all night. Finish the ogre off yourself, please.
So he's going to roll that first attack. That's a 19 without even adding a modifier, so that definitely hits. That's with his longsword.
I knew you should have rolled, you see.
He's still got 2 attacks left as well. So that was a D8. That's 8 damage to that ogre. And he looks like he's about to breathe his last breath as he's gurgling blood and part of his guts are sort of spilling out onto the battlefield. And Big Al is going to follow that up with a second swing of his greatsword with an 18 without modifiers. So that also hits. So he has 5 damage, which sends the ogre to a bloody and battered death as he's collapses in a loud heap. Guts and blood spilling everywhere. He's being butchered by Big Al.
Pretty much just by Big Al, yeah.
Well, he was quite hurt from the moonbeam and from Shrew as well, so he hasn't done it all on his own. Seeing that he's been taken down, he's now going to rush up to the other ogre that's engaged with Shrew, which is directly to his left, and he's going to take a swing at him with his short sword. Big Al is killing it, quite literally today. That hits, and with his short sword, unfortunately he gets a little too happy and he only rolls a little too excited, and he only rolls a 1 with that damage, but that's still a 1 plus 3, so that's 4 damage, and that's the first damage that this second ogre has taken. And it's over to Shrew.
Shrew, having heard Fenna call for him in the last round, is kind of looking around him and trying to gather what's going on. He's trying to make a decision on the fly, but he just can't stop thinking of Fenna and that her life is in danger, seeing an orc just tried to murder her with an axe. And he's going to stay there, but he's going to cast Moonbeam, but on the orc that's attacking Fenna.
Okay, so he's casting it directly on him, yeah?
Yeah, directly.
So yeah, the spell's description is when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
That's right.
So it'll be when he starts his turn, he'll take the damage.
Mhm.
Is Shrew doing anything else?
That's it. I'm staying there.
Staying there. Okay, so it's over to the ogres, or rather the ogre singular, because you downed one, and he's going to take a swing at Big Al, and that misses.
Oh, good.
He's looking a little off color, seeing his allies drop like flies around him. And it's over to Fenna.
Fenna is going to cast Sacred Flame again on the orc that's in front of her, directly in front of her. So dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, he's failed that.
Yes, for once. So that's 1d8. That's 7 damage total.
He's down.
Yes, nice one, Fenna. Just wasted a moonbeam, but we'll take it.
Is Fenna doing anything else?
Okay, Fenna is going behind Fabian, where she has sight still of the ogre. So behind Fabian, as further away from the ogre as possible, but still within 60 feet of it. Close to the wall, close to the gates, and close to the wall.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
And she's just going to stay there for now. That's the end of her turn.
Okay, so over to Fabian then.
Fabian is going to attack the orc in front of him, trying to get rid of the last menacing orc left. That's a natural one.
Oh no.
Why am I rolling like this? Have the dice gods forsaken me? Damn it.
It would appear so tonight. So yeah, Fabian takes a swing and sort of loses his balance slightly as his footing slips. And he manages to just catch himself with the shield. So he's not fallen, but his pride looks a little worse for wear, seeing Big Al slice down an ogre and a couple of orcs. And he's still engaged on a one-on-one with this orc. It's over to the orcs, and he's gonna, seeing this opportunity and seeing the reaction on Fabian's face, he's gonna swing his great axe at Fabian again. And this time it does hit, as he swings down with his full might for 13 slashing damage. And that brings Fabian down to 8 HP. Fabian is looking pretty hurt now. It's over to Big Al, and Big Al is engaged in that hand-to-hand combat with the ogre, and he gets a feeling that or sense that you guys have the upper hand, so he's gonna carry on with a flurry of attacks to the same ogre.
Well, his senses are tricking him, so we don't have the upper hand.
Okay, so 2 of his attacks hit, which is 1 longsword and 1 short sword attack. The second longsword attack missed. That's 16 damage that he slashes at the ogre with 1 longsword attack, 1 short sword attack. The second longsword attack missed.
That's very good. That's very good, Big Al. Missing 1 and you still deal 16. Thank the gods that Big Al is on this little fight with us.
It's a good thing you convinced him to join you on this little.
Did I
side
convince
quest.
him? Oh, he came on rather willingly, I think. I don't think I had to persuade him much. He was coming to find his Petunia.
There wasn't much persuading needed, but
Yeah.
you asked him if he was coming, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Nice.
Wise move.
Nice one, Shrew.
So yeah, it's over to Shrew now.
Yeah, Shrew is in a bad position right now because he's 1 club away from getting killed.
Well, being knocked out.
Well, depends what kind of damage you do. It depends what kind of damage you do. You might straight up kill me. But I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm gonna move my moonbeam onto the orc because the ogre has to die, but the orc is getting on my nerves. He won't go down. I'm gonna help Fabian with the orc.
Okay, so the moonbeam is now placed over the orc.
And I'm staying there. That's the end of my turn then.
And it's over to the ogre then. And he's going to take another swing at Big Al. He's getting more and more angry as he's taking these blows and he sees his comrades falling. And this blind rage affects his weapon wielding. And he spectacularly misses again with his club, smashing into the ground in between Big Al and Shrew.
Good thing he didn't hit me instead, accidentally.
It's over to Fenna.
Alright, Fenna is gonna use Sacred Flame on the orc, the last remaining orc. So another dexterity saving throw from him.
That's 11. He fails.
Good. Come on, Fenna. 1d8, no?
Yeah.
Okay, Fenna. So that's another d8. Another 8 on the d8. So 8 damage.
This orc looks seriously hurt now as he takes the burning damage from the sacred flame. Sort of down on one knee, holding his chest as he's trying to catch his breath. His grip loosening slightly on his great axe. He looks worse for wear.
Good. Good.
Over to Fabian, assuming Fenna's not doing anything else.
Fenna, is staying where she is. She's doing nothing else for now. Fabian is going to try and hit the orc that's on one knee right now. Finally, a good roll, 18.
Yeah, that will hit.
So that's his longsword, but with one hand. That's 5 plus 4 damage. That's 9 damage total.
So with the orc down on one knee, Fabian's sword thrusts into the soft spot between his neck and his shoulder, and the orc slumps at his feet.
Done, Fabian. Another moonbeam wasted. Shrew all he's doing is moving from one point to the other. He's like wasting everyone's time in this fight. he's doing nothing.
He's a little rattled. I mean, from having taken a couple of heavy knocks now.
Yeah.
He's probably a little concussed.
I'll tell you though, he kind of distracted the ogres long enough for the others to be able to kill some orcs and kind of dwindle the numbers before they fronted the other 2 ogres.
He's playing defense.
Yeah, tank.
So it would have been over to the orcs, but there are no orcs, so
yes.
It's over to Big Al.
Alright, Big Al, finish this one off.
And he's taking a couple of swings again at this huge, hulking, raging orc in front of him. This time all 3 attacks hit.
Oh, Big Al, behave.
That's a whopping 23 damage.
Wow.
As he unleashes a flurry of attacks on this ogre. And the ogre looks incredibly hurt now.
Big Al, I'm loving him right now.
So it's over to Shrew. What's Shrew going to do?
Oh, Shrew is going to try and take all of the credit for this one. Yeah, he is. I don't know how it's gonna go, because it might be a big mistake. But Shrew is gonna conk the ogre with his quarterstaff, seeing as his moonbeam is just being moved around for nothing. He's now gonna just try and conk this ogre and finish him off. He's gonna strike his knee with his quarterstaff.
Okay, roll for attack.
Remember, I have -1 strength. But actually, instead of rolling, I have this little mighty clockwork amulet that I had equipped. And it basically lets me choose 10 instead of rolling the dice. But still, I might not hit with that, because I have minus strength. So let me see what I should add to it. So with the 10 from the clockwork amulet and my +1 to hit, that would be a total of 11.
You know that would hit based on earlier rolls.
So yeah, I hit him with my stuff. It's a d6.
-1.
A 5 -1, that's 4 damage. Did I down him?
So you tried to hit him in the knee, you said?
Yeah, one of his knees, the one he's using to like...
Yeah, if he was in a rage already and quite wounded, he now looks seriously pissed off as he turns his attention to you. He's still standing.
Oh no!
He's still standing, just about, but he's still standing, and his eyes, he's giving you the look.
Oh
he's coming for you.
That didn't quite do it, did it? Oh no!
And incidentally, it's the ogre's turn.
Oh, what a mistake, Shrew! What are you doing? Oh wow!
And the ogre feels he's in real danger now, so he's gonna try and grapple Shrew.
Wow!
So you need to roll a acrobatics or athletics.
Oh yeah, so I'll be rolling acrobatics because the other one is minus. So. You go first, my dear friend, the ogre.
No, you go first. I want you to go first.
All right, that's a 20 total.
Total 20?
Yeah.
Natural 1.
Oh yeah! I didn't have to throw that high, but
so as this ogre sort of lunges towards Shrew, sort of, he's been slashed all over the place, but that cheap knock to the knee with that almost toothpick compared to him, he sort of went to grab you, either to crush you or maybe throw you or who knows what he was going to do, but he tries to grab you, and you quite dexterously shimmy out the way as he falls face first into the mud now that's covered with guts and blood and the rain that was falling earlier as well. It's all a slippery mess, and he falls face first into the mud and he falls prone.
Oh yeah, can't touch this. I'm not called Shrew for nothing.
Alright, so over to Fenna.
Oh ho ho ho. Okay, so Fenna stays where she is, but she's going to cast Sacred Flame on the ogre that just fell.
Okay, so he has to roll a dexterity saving throw. That's a 4 plus -1. That's a 3.
Yeah, he doesn't save.
He doesn't save.
So that's a d8 of damage. Okay, I think that's 3 in a row that she's rolled 8 for damage.
So you hear the muffled screams of this orc feeling this burning damage now from his face buried in the mud, and you can sort of see his back heaving as he's breathing more and more heavily. He's still there. He's still alive. Just hanging on by a thread, I think, at this point. Is Fenna doing anything else?
Fenna is staying where she is.
Okay, so then it's over to Fabian.
Fabian is going to walk past the moonbeam that I placed there for no reason. And
so around, he's not going to...
Yeah, past it. Not through it, like around it.
Okay.
And he's going to just walk up to the ogre, square to his head, and try and chop it off. He's dropped his shield, and he's holding the longsword with both hands. And with a rageful cry, he lets the sword fall squarely in between his neck, back of it.
Okay, roll for attack.
You better hit after that description. Yeah, that's 18 plus 4. It's 22.
Yeah, that definitely hits. And you actually have advantage if you're within 5 feet of it.
Right, so I'll roll just in case it's a 20.
Yeah.
Which it isn't. It's a 2. So I'll take the first one. And that's a d10 now because he's using both hands to land this hit. That's 5 plus 2, a total of 7 damage.
How does Fabian want to lay the smack down?
Well, precisely as I was saying, he's just shouting in a fit of rage. I fucking hate orcs, but now I hate ogres even more. That's like with your voice. He just lets the sword fall on his neck and tries and sever that head off.
So yeah, I'll say he manages to cut the head clean off. So yeah, we're now out of initiative, and I think you can breathe a good old sigh of relief there.
You're not wrong. I seriously thought that was the end. Like, there were points there that were looking hairy. Well, I'm a bit lost for words.
I thought we were gone there. I can barely breathe.
I wasn't expecting this. I've been too rash, and I'm sorry for that. It almost cost us our lives. I just gallivanted in here without properly checking. I've been slacking off, preparing spells. I was just carrying speak with animals. I seriously, I could have killed us all. It's not good enough.
Well, you didn't, little one. But next time a little more caution might help. Perhaps not going that quickly into what we knew. We knew there would be orcs there, but look, thankfully we can hold our own, and you've got quite an arm on you there, Big Al. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. If it wasn't for you, I don't even want to think about it. Thank you. We owe you our lives.
Well, consider the favor returned. I wouldn't have been here had it not been for you.
Do you maybe want to join our shrubberies? If you have an appetite for adventure again, we're probably going to see more and possibly harder than this.
No, I've only picked up the sword to defend my lands. Those days are behind me. I feel quite tired of all this shit now. I need to find my Petunia and try and rebuild what little of my life is left.
Yes.
Today I may have been lucky, but I can't keep fighting like this. I already feel it in my bones, the ache. And look at this gut. They don't call me Big Al for nothing.
Yes, well, that gut certainly didn't get in the way today. You've proved you're a worthy fighter, and there's a reason why you're a veteran and a sheriff, an old sheriff. I can see that you haven't lost your touch.
You should have seen me in my prime. I would be concerned going into more battles than this. I really need to rebuild what little's left of my life. And I'm not a warrior anymore.
That's fair. Let's hope we do find Petunia in this forsaken shrine, and we are not surprised by anything else. Fenna, are you okay?
I'm a little shaken, and I'm quite hurt. I only got one spell left. I can't use it on myself. Does anyone have a potion, perhaps? Or maybe do you think it'll be safe to... I need to get my breath. Perhaps we can rest somewhere.
Yes, you are right, and I think we should rest away from this shrine. I don't want any more surprises. Let's rest up, and then we can come and search for your Petunia. Is that okay with you, Big Al?
I'm a bit concerned that perhaps we can scout out the area.
Look,
perhaps one of us should climb that tower we saw the orc. We might have a good vantage point to have a look at what's beyond the small area that we've seen. See if we can see my beloved Petunia, or if there's any other orcs or ogres hiding there. Although I suspect the amount of noise we've made in this brutal battle would have drawn them here.
That's fine. We can scout a bit, climb in this tower. I'm comfortable doing that. But we don't know if there are more orcs or more ogres even. They might have sheltered themselves inside and waiting to ambush. I mean, I know your Petunia is important, but safeguarding our lives, I think, trumps that. And I'm not comfortable in rushing into this shrine now in the condition we're all in. It would be suicide.
And where are we going to take up rest then?
Where we left the horses.
Just under the trees back there.
Yes, a bit further up the path, up the hill.
Yeah, I suppose Fabian looks quite hurt. Fenna too. I think we've all taken our share of those orc blades.
If Petunia's alive, and I do believe she is, she'll be fine. If there's no more orcs and no more ogres, she'll be fine. If there are more orcs and more ogres, I believe Petunia would probably be the last of your worries.
Yes, okay. Let's do that then.
Okay, agreed. You can scout the tower if you want.
And as he's talking with, as you guys are having the conversation, Fabian sort of cleaning his blade of the orc blood and sort of prodding the bodies of the orcs and the ogres, sort of just having a little nosy, seeing if you can see anything of value. And Big Al is just going to walk up to the gate and have a little peek, but he's going to do that stealthily.
He also, as I see Fabian prodding the corpses, I'd like to search around as well, around the immediate area, maybe not the ones, if there's any behind the walls, not the ones behind the walls, but the ones closer to us outside here. I'd like to try and search them as well.
Okay, so yeah, roll for investigation with advantage because Fabian's searching as well.
Yeah, that's a 6.
6 total?
Yeah.
So you're searching through with the bodies that are there, and you find what you've come to expect from these orcs. Crudely made weapons, small loose change in terms of coins. And as you're searching, you find this sort of scrap of paper on one of the bodies. And as you're picking it up, it sort of falls into the mud. And it's got now quite wet and quite dirty.
Oh, wow.
And you pick it up and open it, and you see that it's got a symbol on the top of the paper of 3 lightning bolts, one in green, one in blue, and one in purple. And you can sort of see that in very crude, badly sort of poor handwriting, there's what appears to be a message or a note of some form. Shrew didn't speak Orcish, so he doesn't recognize the language on this letter.
Okay.
Or note or piece of paper rather.
Can I keep it?
It's a bit wet and mushy, but yeah, you can very carefully try and keep it, but I'm not sure how long it's gonna last in that condition.
Alright, so yeah, I try and carefully fold that up and stash it away for later. And I'm just waiting at the base of these towers of the walls, at the foot of the walls, waiting for Big Al to come back to see if he sees anything.
Okay, actually, whilst you're folding the note up, give me a sleight of hand, because you're trying to very carefully, not sort of damaging this paper. It is quite damaged now.
That's 17 total.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to fold it very carefully, sort of blowing on it to sort of dry it a bit, very delicately wiping some of the mud that's on it off. You managed to fold it so that it doesn't stick together. You managed to take off some of the mud from it so it would stop it from sticking, and you managed to put it inside your pocket.
Good. I feel that's gonna have some kind of importance going forward.
And Big Al just went up to the gate. He didn't go up to the tower. He had second thoughts after he had that conversation with you. He comes back and says that he sees the body of the bodies, rather, of the couple of orcs that were slain inside, and that the door to the shrine seems to be ajar, but he hasn't seen any movements or signs of life.
She'll be okay, she'll be okay. We'll come back later. We'll have a short rest at least, heal up, and we'll come back. We'll save Petunia.
Sounds good. We'll do the rest. Shall we make our way back to the horses? Have you found anything of interest?
Yes, this letter. And I'm about to take it out, and I remember its poor condition. But perhaps when we light a fire, it fell in the mud, so it's got a bit wet. When we light a fire, when it dries up, I can show it to you. Maybe you know something about it.
Was it written in common?
No, actually, it was written in a strange language that I couldn't read. Perhaps you have better fortune.
Perhaps between the 4 of us we can...
It'll be good to know what it says. It had some coloured lightning bolts on it, from what I could ascertain.
Coloured lightning bolts? Never. Don't recall ever seeing a symbol like that. So give me a religion check, because Shrew grew up in a temple, didn't he?
He wasn't really interested in religion, but yeah, he grew up in a temple raised by priests.
So yeah, he's not going to be proficient in religion, but he might have heard or seen, something.
Actually, he is proficient in religion.
So he must have done all right while he was there.
Yeah, he didn't enjoy it, but I suppose things stuck. And like now, that's 10 total.
10 total. No, you can't quite. Sort of thinking 3 lightning bolts just doesn't ring a bell at present. Well, yeah, I'll be keen to have a look at that. Like I said, maybe between the 4 of us we can sort of figure out what language it's in.
Yes, it'll be good. But first, we rest.
Aye. And so you guys make your way back to the horses where you'd left them, and you start making a much needed campfire to sort of lick your wounds and warm up as the afternoon rain soaked through. And you've been covered in blood, and you've all taken hits. You've all used up pretty much all the magical powers you had as well. And you sort of sit down in a circle around the flames. And I think that's a great place to end this episode.
Damn.
It's been a battle, heavy one. Managed to get a little bit of roleplay in there at the end. But it was one of those, I think, the way that the previous session had played out, it was going to be a battle from the get-go.
Yeah, I gotta start going around these a bit with more carefully. Because that was going bad at some point. Like, if Big Al wasn't there, that was the end for sure.
Yeah, it could have been quite deadly.
Yeah, good thing it was there.
Wow. Yeah, Shrew had been quite confident up till this point, so it'd be interesting to see how this affects him, if at all.
Oh, I think it already has, actually, so yeah, it'll be interesting.
So yeah, we really hope that you've enjoyed this episode as much as we have, and hopefully you can catch your breath now as well, because trust me, on both sides of the DM screen, it's been stressful. So we really hope you liked that. If you did, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Also drop us a visit at i2td.com. If you haven't joined our Discord server, please do. There's what's the word? The shoots of a community starting to grow there now.
The shoots or the roots?
The shoots, like the shoots come up.
It's starting to come up. Yeah. We're trying to build community there, and there's quite a few of us now. But hopefully there'll be more coming along, and we can start conversing there and just sharing stuff. It doesn't have to be about this podcast. It can be whatever it is.
Yeah, anything tabletop RPG related.
Yeah, but if you do want to converse with us or have more contact with us, we'll be there on kind of daily, probably.
Yeah,
we hang around Discord quite often.
So yeah, follow us on your podcast player of choice. Leave us a like, a comment, leave us a rating as well on your podcast players. And yeah, remember we've got a Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee for those of you who are feeling a little generous and want to help Shrew along on his adventures. As we keep saying, Fenna has a tight grip on those potions of healing.
No.
Sorry, Dabra.
Poor Fenna.
Poor Fenna. Fenna actually risked her life to give a potion to Shrew, so yeah. Adabra, sorry.
But yeah, every little helps, and you can find the different tiers there, the Magus tiers, the Magi tier, and that will give you certain perks. You can check it all out on Patreon. And the Buy Me a Coffee is more of a one-off donation that if you want, we would greatly appreciate. And that's that. We also have our new segment, which we have come to name Shine the Torch. And as we go growing and as we go experiencing the TTRPG world and the community, and we have more interactions in Twitter, Discord, TikTok. We're on TikTok as well now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You can follow us on YouTube. As we get to know more of the community, we start finding nicer people that help us, people that we like what they're doing, and we thought we would have a little segment where we kind of shine the torch, shine a light on these fellow TTRPGers and community members, and kind of give them a bit of a
shout out.
Bit of a shout out, yeah.
So yeah, this is where we light a torch and guide the wary dungeon delvers that have joined us so far to further TTRPG content that we think that you'll enjoy. And today in particular, for our first Shine the Light, who are we shining it on?
So for this week, I want to give a shout out to a fellow we've met on Twitter. He goes by the handle of Barite Beholder, and I hope I haven't slaughtered that. It's Barite Beholder, like the one with the many eyes. And he's been a star, really. It's been really good. He actually drew a picture of Shrew for us for free, which was, It's kind of the first artwork we've had outside of us drawing it ourselves, which is I'm forever grateful for that. So he's been really kind to do that, and he actually has a Kickstarter going where he has 3D done. Whoa, let me get it out of my mouth. I'm sorry, Barty. I'm slaughtering this segment. But yeah, I have full disclosure. I have nothing in my mouth. I was talking about the words. So yeah, 3D dungeon tiles for your TTRPG games, and he's
sorry.
Step out of the room whilst I finish this off.
You're killing me.
Okay. Get it together. Sorry, Barite. Yeah, so he's got a really cool Kickstarter that by now it might have ended, and I'm hoping it's ended well for him. But if it hasn't, just, you're a great guy. Keep going, and I'm sure whatever you do next, you have more experience, and it'll probably go much better. But I'm really hoping it's gone well for you, because this obviously is recorded in advance, so it's us from the past going to the future. And this is taking too long, but yeah, he's making 3D tiles. You can print them out. Check out the Kickstarter. Check him on Twitter at BariteBeholder, and you can find the link to his Kickstarter if it's still going on or whatever he's doing at that moment. Just check him out. He's a really cool guy.
Awesome. And while we're at it, and this is the first time we've introduced this section, I know we did a shout out in episode 0. But just in case that some people haven't heard that, I would like to shine a torch as well on Tabletop Audio, who so kindly provides amazing soundtracks for free to enhance your game nights. And there's something for everyone there. And, it's top quality, really good stuff. You can actually download it as well. And and under the licensing agreement that is on the page, at the moment we're able to use it for free for the podcast. And, we'd like you guys to go and check out that website if you haven't already. That's tabletopaudio.com, and it's not just for TTRPGs. You could be playing Ticket to Ride or Catan or Small World or any of your favorite board games, and I'm sure you'll find something there to set the mood.
That's excellent. We'll keep this Shine the Torch segment going for future episodes, so keep an ear out for that. And that, my friends, takes us cleanly, not so clean, but takes us to the end of the episode club, or what I like to call personally. And I've seen some hashtags going out already with the last ones standing hashtag. So I've seen some of our followers hashtagging last one standing. I haven't seen a last end of episode club hashtag yet. So
early days.
Well, I'm thinking that we're starting to head on the name, or we're starting to settle on the name of the last one standing. But anyway. So this is a little segment that we have for you that stay till the very end. It's a bit of fun that we like to have. And we kind of give you a password, a code word, where you then have to use it and insert it in a comment box, be it YouTube, any podcast player of your choice, Twitter, on the Discord directly, wherever it is that you can post something. You post a comment using the catchphrase that we give you now. And if we haven't already, we might have a little page on Discord where we put up the ones that we like most, so we can all see them and enjoy them and laugh together. And the code word for today is, Nick, if you would let us know.
Overwhelming.
I actually didn't know the code word up to now, so that's a great one. Overwhelming. Just put that in the comments and we'll see you. We know the ones that are staying till the end.
Yeah, you use it in a phrase, make us laugh,
yeah,
make us cry. And the ones that we find the best, we'll give a little shout out on our Discord server, and we'll know that you stood around till the end.
So with that, thank you so much for listening, and we bid you farewell until next time when we delve into the dungeon.